Exterior Cat5e cabling should generally be run in conduit for protection from physical damage and environmental hazards. Conduit provides a protective barrier against moisture, sunlight, rodents, and other factors that can degrade the cable over time. It is permissible to strap the Cat5e cabling to the conduit carrying the AC power lines, subject to certain conditions. Firstly, the Cat5e cabling must maintain a minimum clearance of 6 inches from the AC power lines. This clearance is necessary to prevent electromagnetic interference or EMI between the two cables. Secondly, the Cat5e cabling must be protected from physical damage by the conduit or other means. This might involve wrapping the cable in a protective sleeve or using other shielding mechanisms. Thirdly, the Cat5e cabling should not be run in the same conduit as the AC power lines. Once the Cat5e cabling enters the building, it should be routed in a separate location from the electrical closet and AC power lines. This further minimizes the risk of EMI and ensures the integrity of the data transmission. Additional considerations include the following. 1. Use high-quality, ultraviolet-resistant Cat5e cabling that is specifically designed for outdoor use. 2. Seal all entry points where the cabling enters or exits the conduit or the building to prevent moisture ingress. 3. Test the cabling thoroughly before and after installation using an appropriate cable tester. 4. Monitor the cabling regularly for any signs of damage or degradation. The purpose of running the Cat5e cable in conduit is primarily for physical protection and environmental resistance. Direct burial of Cat5e cable, even if it's rated for outdoor use, is generally not recommended without conduit, especially in areas prone to digging, rodents, or heavy foot traffic. Conduit protects the cable from being cut, crushed, or otherwise damaged. Sunlight can degrade the cable jacket over time, leading to cracking and eventual failure. Moisture can seep into the cable and cause corrosion of the conductors, leading to signal degradation and failure. Rodents are known to chew on cables, and conduit provides a physical barrier against this. There are different types of conduit available, such as PVC, rigid metal conduit or RMC, and electrical metallic tubing or EMT. PVC conduit is lightweight, inexpensive, and easy to install. It is suitable for underground and above-ground applications. RMC is heavy-duty and provides excellent protection against physical damage. It is suitable for both indoor and outdoor applications. EMT is a lightweight steel conduit that is easy to bend and cut. It is suitable for indoor applications and some outdoor applications. When selecting conduit, it is important to consider the environment in which it will be installed. For example, if the conduit will be exposed to direct sunlight, it should be made of a material that is resistant to ultraviolet radiation. If the conduit will be buried underground, it should be made of a material that is resistant to corrosion. When installing conduit, it is important to follow all applicable electrical codes. This includes using the correct size conduit, supporting the conduit properly, and grounding the conduit properly. The National Electrical Code or NEC provides specific guidelines for the installation of conduit. For example, NEC Section 300.3 covers the proper methods for installing conductors in raceways, which includes conduit. NEC Section 314.17 covers the requirements for the use of conduit bodies, boxes, and fittings. Proper grounding is essential for safety and to prevent electrical shock. The NEC provides detailed requirements for grounding and bonding electrical systems. In general, all metal conduits and enclosures must be grounded. This is typically achieved by connecting the conduit to a grounding electrode conductor or a grounding busbar. When running data cables near power cables, it is important to minimize the risk of electromagnetic interference or EMI. EMI can disrupt data transmission and cause errors. One way to minimize EMI is to maintain a physical separation between the data cables and the power cables. As mentioned earlier, a minimum clearance of 6 inches is recommended. Another way to minimize EMI is to use shielded data cables. Shielded cables have a metallic shield that surrounds the conductors and helps to block out EMI. You can also use twisted pair cabling. The twisting of the wires helps to cancel out EMI. When strapping the Cat5e cable to the conduit carrying the AC power lines, Use cable ties that are rated for outdoor use and are resistant to ultraviolet radiation. Ensure the cable ties are securely fastened, but not so tight that they damage the cable jacket. Route the data cables in a way that minimizes bends and stress on the cable. Sharp bends can damage the cable and affect its performance. Use appropriate fittings and connectors to ensure a secure and weatherproof connection. When sealing entry points to prevent moisture ingress, use a sealant that is compatible with the cable jacket and the conduit material. Silicone sealant or duct seal are commonly used. Testing the cabling before and after installation is crucial to ensure proper performance. A cable tester can verify the continuity of the conductors, the wire map, and the signal quality. This helps to identify any potential problems such as shorts, opens, or crossed wires. Regular monitoring of the cabling is important to detect any signs of damage or degradation. Look for cracks in the cable jacket, loose connectors, or signs of corrosion. Address any problems promptly to prevent further damage and ensure continued reliable data transmission. When dealing with electrical systems, always follow safety precautions and consult with a qualified electrician if you are not comfortable performing the work yourself. Working with electricity can be dangerous, and it is important to take all necessary precautions to protect yourself from electrical shock. Always de-energize the circuit before working on any electrical components. Use insulated tools and wear appropriate personal protective equipment or PPE such as gloves and eye protection. Follow all applicable electrical codes and regulations.